So we just helped a wholesaler make $60,000 from our Facebook ads and AI system. And in this video, I want to show you exactly how we did it. So here you can see the message from this customer saying, I've got a pretty good win, spent about $1,500 in ads through your system and locked up a contract for $60,000 if I wholesale it, which this deal is already completed. This is a closed deal. So he ended up making $60,000 from this ad. And so I'm going to show you guys our strategy and show you exactly what we're doing, because if you've watched the channel before, you're going to notice that we're doing a few things a little bit differently. Even though the core strategy is the same, I want to share with you guys the updated version of what we're doing. So the first thing that you'll notice here is we are currently testing out AI ads, and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean by that. Up until this point, we have either used static image ads, so images of properties with text on them. We've used human, what's called UGC creators, so people on Fiverr that you can pay like $100 to $150 for a custom ad video. And we've tested those in our ads, and we've up until this point used only those two types of ads: static image ads and then UGC video ads. And now what we've added into the formula are AI ads, and we've already tested these ads to generate leads. So they work to generate leads. We have one client who already got a contract from an AI ad. So it's going to take time for me to really see what the data shows for these particular ads, but so far they're generating leads, people are clicking on them, so they're working essentially, right? We haven't necessarily got a closed deal from one yet, but I mean, if they're getting leads and they're following similar metrics to the other ads that we've used, then it's really just only a matter of time. And the ad itself won't necessarily close the deal, right? That comes down to a variety of other factors. So this is the newest thing that we are testing, and I'll kind of show you guys how this works. But it's actually insane what you can do, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we get to that section of the video. So we're running AI ads as well as the existing video ads that we have and our static image ads. And then what we're doing for this particular client is we're using a Facebook lead form funnel. So what this is it's a form on Facebook, and I'll show you guys how that works. But that just makes it so that the user doesn't have to leave leave Facebook and fill out an actual form on a landing page. And there's a specific reason we're doing that for this client. So AI adds to a lead form funnel, and we've been doing this, for the last few years or so, which is an AI SMS bot. And this will basically text the lead as soon as they fill out the form and attempt to get them on a booked appointment. And I'll show you how that works. And once they get them on a booked appointment, that turns into closed deals for the client. And so if you're new to the channel, I've been running Facebook ads for the past 8 years, and I've worked specifically to find off-market deals in the past 5 years. So I've sourced thousands of motivated seller leads, and this is the system that we provide to our clients who want to find more off-market deals. So that's the strategy that we are currently using for this particular client. So let me break down how this actually looks and how this actually works. So these are the AI ads that I'm referring to, and it's actually pretty insane how good they are. So I have a link in the description for this software. It is an affiliate link, which means if you use my link, I would make a commission. You can obviously go directly to the software itself, but this is a software called captions.ai. And so what you can do on this software is you can generate these human looking AI avatars. So these are not, once you type in a script and you see the output of the video, these are not real like videos per se. I mean, lately the line between AI and what's real has kind of been blurred for me. So who's to say these aren't real? But at the end of the day, these are people that have sold their image and video to be used on this platform. And so a few things that this does that changes the game for people like myself that provide ads to businesses is, one, it reduces the cost. So one of these ads from somebody on Fiverr would cost you about $100 to $150 for a 15 to 30 second video, right? And so if a client pays to work with us and we get them, 5 to 10 videos, we basically don't make any profit, right? And so now this software for like $20 a month, you can pretty much generate unlimited ad images, or excuse me, ad videos, right? And so now we can provide a better product to our client, and we can do a few other things. So one of the things that's important when you're running ads is being specific about who you're targeting. And so an example of this is if we are targeting a specific area, if we were to hire a UGC creator, which is somebody on Fiverr who we would pay for their, pay for them to make us a video, well, what starts to happen is if we say, hey, we want to target Dallas, Texas, then that specific video costs $150 just for that person to say, hey, do you live in Dallas and need to sell your home fast, right? And if we get another client and that client is in, Jacksonville, Florida, then we can't use that ad with this new client because it's not relevant, right? With these, you can now generate the same ad script, but add in a different location throughout the script to make it more personal. So I could say, hey, do you live in Dallas? And then go through the whole script. And then I could literally copy paste that exact script and then change it to a different area. So I could say, hey, do you live in Phoenix, Arizona and need to sell your home fast? Hey, do you live in Jacksonville, Florida and need to sell your home fast? So the fact that we can now get hyper specific on who we're targeting in the actual script is super important, because yes, you can change the ad copy, like what's written in the ad, but if you get it on the video, right, that's a whole different dynamic, right? And I don't have any data to support this, but it's my belief that Facebook reads the transcript of what people are saying in the video and they use that for targeting, and I'm pretty sure that's accurate. But basically, the more specific we can get with calling out who we are targeting, both with the problem, like are they going through probate, divorce, whatever, as well as the area, that helps a lot with the ad performance. So that's the second thing that this allows us to do. It reduces the cost and we can get more specific, right? The third thing that it allows us to do is test different demographics, right? So depending on where you're running these ads, certain AI avatars are probably going to resonate with people in that area better, or on top of it, they're going to resonate with people that just look more like them. It doesn't even matter where we're actually running the ad, right? And so because this app allows us to choose from like 50, there's probably like 50 or 100 of these AI avatars in here, we can test different looks and different people and see how those perform with our actual audience that we're targeting. And so early on, the signs look good that having this type of variation is, really helps with the actual ads. So this is the newest thing we're doing that I'm most excited about. So check that out. It's linked down below. Obviously, you can also go directly to their site. You don't pay anything more to use my link though. So that's the step one here. Now, the second step, this is an example. This is not our actual ad or our funnel, but just to illustrate here. So for this particular client, he is targeting a more local market. And so local meaning like he's not targeting multiple states or multiple cities really. He's targeting like a few core cities. And so because of that, whenever you take leads off of Facebook and send them to a survey, usually that results in a higher cost per lead, which in most cases can also result in a higher quality lead. But you also risk no leads at all depending on your budget if you're not getting enough people filling out your form. So for a local market, we would recommend a more frictionless process, which is a lead form. And so this is like you'd have your AI ad here, right? And then that would be right here on the video. And then right here, we have this form that loads directly on Facebook where as soon as they click, it instantly loads. So the load time is faster. There's no like delay loading on a website. And on top of it, we've seen a higher conversion rate in the click to filling out the form than an actual landing page by far. And we know that, but sometimes if you're doing like virtual markets where you're targeting like 10 states or 20 states, you can afford to do a landing page because your cost is still going to be so low. But in general, lead forms, Facebook lead forms have always been easier. You just have to do it correctly for you to get, great results. And so I suggest adding in qualifying questions with the lead, or else you risk literally getting like very, very bad leads, like not even your target lead. So what we have here is like making sure that the lead tells us why they're selling, their time frame for selling, things like the property type, making sure it's not listed, all that stuff, as well as the address, name, email, phone. And so that makes it easier so that people don't have to leave Facebook, fill out another form and wait for the site to load. And sometimes, people aren't as technically savvy depending on their demographic. And so that's what's working for more local clients. So AI ads, right? Your AI ad with a specific call out of those cities or areas, as well as different looks and different demographics, and then combined with a Facebook lead form here with enough qualifying questions, that should get you, a solid amount of leads for your particular market. Now, the next part of the formula is the AI bot. So once we run this ad and we take the lead to this form, then what we have is an instant text message that goes out to that lead, responding to their inquiry. And so you can see that we texted this lead and basically said, hey, we saw your request for an offer. What have you done to the property? And then the lead starts responding. And this is the actual lead that turned into a $60,000 deal. So this is not like theory. This is not me typing this out and making this up. Like, this is what we are actually doing, like running these ads, and people are responding to this AI bot, and you'll see what happens. So they respond here, and then you can see it asks, can you tell me why you're selling your property? He says out of work. Do you have a specific timeline in mind? And then he says ASAP. And then you can see, do you have an ideal asking price for your property? All these questions that is essential for you guys to know if this is a deal, right? And this is all being done fully on autopilot. We actually have a 2-minute delay on this bot here, which I'm now realizing, so we can actually reduce this so there's no delay. This may have made this person think it's more human-like, but you can change all of these questions here. We work with you to change any of these questions that you like, but these are what's proven and working. And so you can see here, it now collects the address. It already got it on the form, but just to confirm it. And then this is all AI, guys, asking, if they want to book an appointment, and then tomorrow morning, and then literally all through conversation, this person is, booking an actual appointment. And then you can see here, this is the message from our client saying that, this is the deal that they closed. So that's what we're doing. And now let me show you the data behind this so you can see, all the cool, stats, because I could show you, the strategy, but if you don't know like the numbers and how this all works, it's not really going to make sense. So here you can see an actual screenshot of the ads manager there. So 35 leads, $58 per lead, and $2,000 spent. And this is a huge, return on the investment here with a $60,000 deal. So we've got the ad spend of $2,057, the assignment fee of $60,000, the leads generated, this should be 35 here, as you can see over here, and the cost per lead, 58. So out of these 35 leads that were generated, 13 of them booked their own appointments, which I think is a little bit over 30%. So basically with 35 leads, 13 of them either booked their own appointment through our funnel. So after they fill out this form here, they obviously will get texted, but additionally, we have a button like this that directs them to book their own appointment if they'd like. So they have two ways to book the appointment. Either they fill out the form, click through this, and then book on an actual like landing page, or they will get picked up by this bot. And so 13 of those 35 ended up booking their own appointment. And so the cost for those appointments was $175. The client does have 2 contracts signed. So one is this one that I'm sharing with you actually closed. And this one, sorry, I got confused here by this number. So this ad spend should be right here. I think that cost per deal I had as more just because, the ads obviously kept running. And so, they're still running to this day. So obviously the more the ads actually run, the higher the cost per deal is until the next one closes. But after a few days of the total leads that were generated to close the deal is this amount here. So that's why that was off. But the client has 2 contracts signed, like I said, and one of those already closed. So there's one, pending. We're going to see what goes on with that deal. And obviously you could see massive return on investment here, and all from this simple system. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm super excited to share that with you guys because I think this just kind of opens up a whole new avenue of, ways that you can target your ideal, homeowner that is needing to sell. You can test different, like I said, demographics, different ad scripts. And there's also a new ChatGPT 4.0. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there's a new image generator, and it just generates like these images that look insanely real. I can show you guys one right here. Okay, so these are two completely AI generated images. So this is from ChatGPT 4.0, and so is this. And so I was able to create this realistic image of a house. I just put Las Vegas. And so this is what it came up with. And what's crazy is you can obviously edit this to like another specific area. That's its own whole video. But like the reason I say this is because before, I mean, you used to have to hire people to do the ads. You used to have to like take these photos yourself, or, have a graphic designer make an ad. And now AI made both of these images. And I mean, they take seconds and they're virtually free. So the amount of variation that you should be having if you're running these ads should be very high. I mean, once you figure out what's working, obviously stay in that pocket and you can test other things, but there's no reason why you can't succeed doing, what I'm saying here, because you can use AI to write the ad script. You can use AI to generate the image or a video. You don't even need to know how to make a landing page, because, Facebook will do it for you. And then we use no-code softwares to build these bots. And so it's just literally writing out text. It's not like we're coding some advanced bot either. And that's what's closing deals. And so hopefully this was valuable to you and inspiring, because there's a huge opportunity here with this AI wave. So hopefully you catch on. If you are an investor and you're interested in working with us, you can just Google New Breed Investor CRM. And if you're an agency that wants to learn this model that I'm running, you can join my school group, which I'll have linked below. So see you guys in the next video, and talk to you then. Bye-bye.